Hey everyone, this is Hashtagitude with another Marketing Monday for you at 2 o'clock. It's a beautiful day in Denver. Hopefully it's a beautiful day where you are. And today's topic, this week's topic, are microchips in your body in the workplace. How does that work out? Um, for the first in the US, a company has introduced microchipping into the workplace. We will discuss the technology behind it, how I feel about it, and where that could go in the future, and some of the early pioneers with this technology in the past and today. So let's get it started with the company that brought us all this hysteria is a company called Three Squared Market based out of Wisconsin. It is a tech and vending machine startup, and they are offering their employees the opportunity to get a microchip inserted between the thumb and forefinger, about the size of a grain of rice, they said. This chip will allow employers to open doors, turn on computers without passwords, and buy snacks at the vending machine. Basically, just a way to make life at the office easier. The tech behind it, what scares everyone about this technology is a breach of privacy. A chip that is, or a piece of technology that is inside of your body is different than a cell phone that can be tracked, or a GPS smartwatch that can be tracked. These things can be taken off, and you can be free from technology when at your willingness or when you feel like it. With implant devices, you got to get that surgically removed either by yourself and some pliers, or hopefully professionally with some kind of doctor or physician. But this device is supposed to not be trackable because it is a passive device. Passive devices do not use power, so that kind of logic, apparently they cannot also be tracked. Um, the CEO of the company, to quote him, says it's not, this microchip is not a GPS tracking device. It's a passive device and it can only give data when it is requested. Passive devices, like I said earlier, are supposed to not be hacking, which is a huge issue in today's world of cyber attacks and cyber crimes. Um, Again, Todd stands by his product with a boisterous claim that the chances of the microchip being hacked is literally nil to none, or nil to one, which is 0 to 1. I disagree. Our team at Hashtag2 disagrees as well. Any device that stores data can be hacked, can be breached. It's just a matter of how sophisticated the barriers into that device are. Well, if this device does not have some kind of internal powering device, well, then how does it work? The chips are powered or activated when they get within 6 inches of electromagnetic field that can read the chip. That is called radio frequency identification, or RFID, which are the kind of microchips that they are using. The chips are linked to credit cards and bank accounts, which allows you to buy the vending machine. They're linked to your company employer info, which has all your passwords, your keys to get in your office, and et cetera, things like that. Now, that's where the technology is currently as far as the workplace is concerned. The implanted technology is, it's been a thing way before Wisconsin. This Wisconsin company decided to start implanting their employees. Pets, for example, we've been microchipping pets to help us if they run away, check up on their health. Pretty much getting us used to the idea that inserted technology can be beneficial, which it can be. It's been used in medical practices in decades earlier, but the first experiment with an RFID implant, a microchip implant in a human, was from a British scientist named Kevin Warwick. He he implanted it right in the index finger, right on the pointer right there, and it allowed him to open doors, start his car, and give verbal commands throughout the entire building. After 9 days, he removed it, and the chip is now sitting in the Science Museum of London. Body hackers. Now, the idea of putting forward technology into one's body is not new. It's been a part of routine medical practice for decades. But outside of its medical use, what is called body hacking is the use of, or the belief in, implantable technology that will be used to improve the human body or human condition. There are already microchips being used throughout the whole world. There's places in Europe, Australia. We'll talk about these later in this segment, actually. But this is the first time that a U.S. employer has introduced the idea of microchipping employees and using this in the workplace, which is a whole new kind of red flag for some. Europe, like I said earlier, the Swedish company Epicenter, it's a startup that offered to implant its employees. In the year 2015, they have already implanted up to 150 chips into employees. The chip works the same way as the Wisconsin. It's a grain of rice, and it allows people to open doors, operate printers, buy smoothies with just a wave of a hand, because it's right there. Patrick Masterson, co-founder and CEO of Epicenter, he believes the biggest benefit is the convenience. Basically replaces a lot of things you have: communication devices, credit cards, and keys. New Fusion, which is a digital marketing agency in Belgium, also uses microchips for their employees. Australia, this is actually a pretty funny story. There was a woman by the name of Shanti who inserted 2 microchips, I believe one in each hand, and allow her to do like daily routinely things, get inside her house, open her car door, very, very routine things. But her story broke out and became such a big sensation or hit around Australia that her and her husband created a distribution service called Chip My Life. Costs between $80 to $140 for the chip, depending on sophistication. And you can insert the chip at home, or you can do it with a physician. That's a completely crazy concept. Minnesota, U.S., there is a software engineer who made a small incision in his finger so the tiny chip he programmed he could use as a smart lock for his home or his car, and he uses it to control a smartphone. Again, this is a citizen, a regular public citizen who's not a company. So him doing this completely different between companies mandating or asking for volunteers for this technology. Personally, I think the technology is amazing. What it is essentially for what it does, I think the benefits of it are crazy. It's completely fascinating what we could do with our bodies with the help of technology. But with that being said, it's also terrifying with the potential that could play into it. I was a big hero guy growing up. So me thinking about this kind of technology, how could that improve the physical body to where we're able to help and assist in certain situations? But then how can that also be used vice versa in negative ways? There's not a lot of health studies about this out yet now, or figuring out the long-term ramifications of having a foreign object inside of your body giving off radio signals. I'd rather not be a guinea pig for that technology, so I will wait until I hear all the findings, and when I'm 70, I might get a cool microchip to help me turn on my smartphone. Another huge thing that I am afraid of where this could go is if the chip is your employer's, is the data on that chip your personal data? Is then that also the employer's, or is that yours? Can the employer sell that information that you have to third party companies with all your health information, your blood types, your doctors, whatever it is? Could they sell that information now to Blue Cross Blue Shield, and now they have a huge compile of employee information, people around the world or whatever, and they can do whatever they want with that? Could it be used for government or political means? Can employers start selling these things off to different political parties so they can understand who's voting for who and where they are, what they do? Crazy invasive things like that. That's still all speculation. That's me being a scared conspiracy theorist. None of it's happened, but it's not outside the realm of possibility. That is about it for microchips. Hope that didn't scare anybody too badly. Scares me pretty badly. We have an upcoming event this Friday. It's our Caffeine and Conversation. It will be held at Rosebud Cafe on South Broadway. Please attend. We'd love to see you there. We'll be talking about the importance of e-commerce, how to successfully get your business marketed to the people that to your customer base, how to take advantage of certain systems that boost e-commerce, and how to create different revenue and funnel streams for your money and growing your business online. Our blog posts, we are going to further discuss. We're going to further discuss microchipping, more the ethics behind it, the legislation behind it, a lot of criticisms, more of our opinions, and we will discuss more in depthly what the possibilities of microchips are at the Wisconsin company and how they could be implanted today for regular use. We are. I don't know what I was about to say, but that's all for this week. We are accepting new clients. We hope to hear from you soon with any kind of questions or concerns or ideas. Please let us know. See you next week.